guys, welcome to lesson 1. Today we're going to be actually drafting our corsets drawings onto our fashion template we've developed. So I hope you can see my drawing clear enough. So I've just done a very quick drawing here of a fashion template. I know you've spent much longer on yours, defining the skin tone, appearance, facial features, etc. But I've just drawn this up very quickly just to show you what you need to do. So you can see I've still left the sort of measurement lines on there, so you can see quite clearly where the waist is, where the bust line is, where the crotch is, where the knees are, etc. So you've got your 9 measurements of your figure. So the most important thing when you're starting to draw your corset designs on, is you've got little drawings so far of your corset designs, and you might find that some of them actually extend below the waist and some of them actually end at the waist. So the first thing you need to do is to sort of look at your design that you've got, your corset design, and think about where it ends on the body. So it ends on the waist. Next thing you need to do is you need to think about what the bust line, top of the bust line looks like. Is it a straight line? Is it a curved cup line? Does it actually come to a point upwards? So whatever your design, define where the waistline is first of all, and then define where the top line is there. Now, when you're drawing obviously clothes onto a fashion template, usually we leave a little bit of extra around the body to symbolise the fact that it's not skin tight, but obviously corsets are skin tight. So we want to actually make sure we're using that outside shape of the body that we've already drawn on there. So I'm going to draw this design. I don't know whether you can see this. I'll draw it in pen so you can see it a bit clearer. So it's got a slight little peplum to it, this design. So this is my waist design line here, and this is my bust line here. So I'm going to draw those two things in first. So obviously you can draw in pencil first, get your lines very accurate. I'm just doing this very quickly just to demonstrate what we do. And then obviously think about where those seam lines are and define them, and then bring that down as far as you think it comes. The other thing is, when you come to the bottom line, don't draw a line straight across because the body's not flat, it's slightly curved. So you slightly curve that line as you bring it around the body, and you should find that in your original drawings you've done that anyway. Bring those lines down, and what I want you to do is to draft off 4 figures like this and actually put all your corset designs on, and do it in pencil first, the overall figure, because what I then want you to do is, once you've drawn your corset design, I want you to think about what sort of lower area garment you would have to coordinate with that. So we will be going on to designing sort of collections based on the workwear later, but just for illustration purposes I want you to sort of think on your feet a little bit. So if this was Victoriana, you might think about actually having a skirt with a sash and a bustle, which is quite full. Now obviously if you've drawn it in pencil, you can rub out all the bits of the body that you'll already be covering. So you notice I've kept the arms quite simple in terms of my fashion template against the body. So sometimes it might be a case of drawing to sort of show the full shape. So it could be something like that. So you make a complete outfit. So whatever your theme is for your workwear, think about any sort of garments or silhouettes that can relate to that. So it could be that you want to play with the materials of the workwear. So Oliver, you might be looking at the sort of dusting cloths and J cloths and sort of thinking about creating frills and ruffles and things with that. Elise, this might be something you would think about in terms of sort of draping from Victoriana, from the Undertaker. So then if you want to go on and accessorise it in any other ways you can. You might want to do a collar detail around the neck. So this is purely as an illustration, just to help you develop your illustration skills. Although we are referencing something you've designed, I want you to actually just have fun drawing them. You know, think about your footwear next as well. Think about what goes on the feet down here, and whether they've got any tights on, etc. And once you've drawn out 4 designs like this, I want you to colour them with your colour palette from your theme in mind. So I know we haven't developed the colour palette yet, but you have a generalistic idea of that from looking at your mood boards. So actually work on that. So think about surface decoration and colour and just explore it in your drawings. Think about, I know you won't have the Pantone markers to use at home, but think about using a range of medias when you're actually bringing the colour onto the drawing. You know, think about playing with a very light wash of watercolour on the skin, and then layering maybe thick acrylic or gouache over the top to create more detail on the garment. We can do a little session on that if you let me know what sort of materials you've got. So 4 drawings like this, and next week we're going to present them in the Google Hangout tutorial slot that we're going to have. So have fun and look